The following episode was considered lost during the first run of our initial Arc 5 episodes. The files were corrupted, and we didn't even have access to the entire list of files. However, after some digging and restoration, we were able to restore this episode with minimal editing. Please enjoy this lost episode of DNR, as it has been slipped back into canon and the second official episode for Forsaken.
Let's do that thing where we go around the table and introduce ourselves. I'm Jason. I'm the game master. Going around the table, starting with Jamieson.
Hi, I'm Jamieson. I'm going to be playing Larg again.
And Jamie.
Hello there, I'm Jamie. I'm going to be playing Tatiana again.
And Lisa.
Hey, I'm Lisa, and I play Vela, who is in hell.
And Zach.
What's up? My name is Zach. I'm playing Blevins Elmar Rutherford.
Sophie.
Love that roll, Dark. It is. And Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen, and I will be playing Josephine.
I'm excited because we're taking our first steps. This is it. We're starting a journey. I have no idea how long this is going to take, but okay, show of hands, who's been through the divide on the show? Yeah, a lot. Okay, so
how many times?
How would you describe that? Yeah, like how would you describe that experience to somebody who hasn't done it?
Don't
Arduous.
It was amazing.
Arduous, yes.
It was amazing.
There was nothing wrong with it.
Nope.
So easy, actually.
So for those of you who don't know, the divide on our show is on the continent of Alara, and there's a chunk of land in the middle that's kind of a no man's land, a dead zone, where it's just ambush country. There's orcs and bandits and everything, and it's just really difficult to get from one side to the other. Travel wise, it should only take you 3 days straight shot all the way through, but it doesn't. And we've had groups spend half a year in real life, like just stuck. So the reason I bring that up is because that's going to look pleasant compared to this trek that you're about to go on. But it's hell. It's not meant to be pleasant. And I'd like to go over some ground rules because while your first episode hasn't debuted as of this recording, I'm sure people are going to have some questions like, well, what are the stakes? If you guys can't die, then here's the thing. You can die, and each time you die, you go to a lower level of hell, and you have to fight your way back up to get out. So things can and will get worse the poorer things go. So don't die. Let's just keep it upbeat, keep it peppy. No one rolls ones, and everything's going to be amazing. Let's talk about travel rules. Ooh, I love rules, guys.
Let me write these down.
Oh, baby. Ooh, here we go. Okay. So previously on the show, we've had, I asked for volunteers. It's like, hey, who's feeling lucky? So give me a flat D20. No modifiers, no nothing. You just throw it out there and we let luck sort it out. Well, the problem with that, obviously, is it's just completely up to the whims of a D20. What happens, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to rate it from a D4 all the way up to a D12. You guys say, hey, I don't want any trouble. I just want a D4. A D4 represents 8 hours of travel. So you roll a D4 on a 3 or 4, something good happens, but it's a D4. So it's like, oh man, it's like 3 degrees cooler because it's hell, whatever. A 1 or 2, something bad happens, but it's a D4. It's not too terrible. The higher you go up, the more hours pass by traveling, but the greater the risk. Of course, the greater reward if you land on the upper end of a D12, let's say a 7 through 12. Oh man, something great's going to happen. Does this make sense? Are we all on board?
Yeah, so we're basically deciding if we would prefer risk over the time.
Exactly. Now,
I love that.
thank you. Now, poor Jamie has had to do our opening and closing twice. So I think someone else. You know what? Jamieson's our group leader.
Lead us.
All right, you want to roll a die? I'll roll a die.
I mean, I take. Well, okay.
I'll roll 11 dice. Who cares? Let's get there in one go.
Oh my god.
Maybe talk it over with your team. What is everyone feeling?
I feel like this is where we find out who's a gambler and who isn't.
Oh yeah.
You've already
Oh,
found
I
out.
already got Karen. I got Karen pegged. I know what Karen is.
So I'm not a gambler. I famously I quit early whenever I have actually gambled with real money. I get my money, I win my house money back, and then I go and go to the bar.
Boo.
So, well, nobody ever accused me of being fun.
Oh no.
So you know what? I won't cheese it out too bad and say D4, but I'm looking at that D6. It's a nice cube, and I think that makes it fair.
I think there's two ways we could go. We could either go and like try to dip our toes in hell, or we can say, "Hey, hell, what
Dip
you
our
got?"
toes in hell. There's your episode name right there.
There you go.
It's like, do you want to see how hard it is and do like a D6, like you said, or do we want to be like, okay, let's do something big?
What's the scale? Is it D4 to D20, or is it using the game?
12.
Well, here's the thing. A D20 is an option, and a D20 represents basically like a week's travel.
So
Okay.
But I need that's so okay. If you're in a bar, you're just like, hey, can I have that? And it's in a locked case. It's like, yeah, technically you can. But let's say you rolled a 1 on a D20. The beating I would give to you is indescribable. So, you
just
know,
come to our houses?
don't.
then knock on the door.
Yeah, no, I have to buy plane tickets for a 1. Like, it's bad. Like, some of you have kids. I don't want to.
I gotta hire. a
Yeah,
guy.
but Jamie Jamieson and I are
Okay.
all within a few hours of each other, so really just need one plane ticket to get over
That's true.
True.
That's
Nice
true.
little
I could drive that distance.
New
Shit.
England
Yeah.
with a-
I haven't seen you guys in a while anyway, so, you know, it's up to you.
Bring Ian along. He can film it.
Ian's my muscle. What are you talking about, man?
I believe it. He looks scrappy.
You know what? I'll do a D8. Let's roll a D8.
Ooh.
All right.
I agree with this
First,
Yes.
The larger, obviously, it's not just 50-50, right? It's the total number. If it's an 8, it's better than if it's a 6, and so on, right?
Yeah. So obviously, like if it's just on the side of good, like you're rolling a D8. So 5 through 8, something good. 1 through 4, something bad. So obviously, if you roll a 4, it's like, well, that's not good, but it's not the worst it could be. You roll a 1.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready to roll.
Oh boy.
That's a 6.
6. Wow, that was
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Isn't that exactly what you said it was going to be?
Yeah.
So that's proof that you have hacked this table, and we have to move.
That's true. Yeah, we gotta. Sorry, guys. We gotta do it all over.
So this is the equivalent of 24 hours of travel, right? So in most fantasy RPGs, they're assuming you're walking 12 hours a day, right? So like this is the equivalent of 2 days of travel. Now, obviously, this is completely foreign, right? I imagine most of you would know kind of where to step, where not to step. If you guys were just traveling over normal land, like it's like, oh, that hill looks steep. Oh, the weather looks like, but this is completely, you don't even know what bears weight. Like there are going to be times where you have to step over scalding, like bubbling, boiling water. And you're like, hey, is this rock going to just not be a rock when I step on it? Or like, you know, so it's probably a little slower than what you'd like, but you probably, after 2 days, you're kind of getting the vibe, right? Everything's kind of deadly. Everything's kind of, you know, trying to punish you, hurt you, kill you. But 2 days in, you're going to see something very strange. Now, this has kind of been funneling you through for the most part. Like there's been one clear option for travel, almost like a King's Road situation where you're just being funneled, almost to the point where you're like, well, why do we need Darmock? Like, I can follow this. There's one path. And then you're going to come across something that's probably out of your depth. This is above your pay grade. There are these bent wrought iron bars blocked off by stone. And what it looks to be is this old swinging door, almost like a big jail cell door type of thing. But it's clearly been like rended and bent. Something massive must have done this. And as you approach this, you can see on the other side of this door, there's like a snowy town.
Don't like that.
How would you guys like to approach this?
So as we're traveling, because not everybody, like, not that we need to role play out every individual meeting, every individual, but one of the things that Lark has been doing during this 24 hours of travel is he's constantly going over to Blevins and offering to like help him over rocks and little lava pits and stuff like that. He's like, this one looks tough here. And he'd like try to like help him. Even if he tells him not to at some point, he can't help himself from trying to help this very frail looking old man over these rocks and stuff. Everybody else he trusts. In fact, he's probably asked Tatiana to keep a closer eye on Darmock during all this. But specifically, he's gone out of his way to almost harass Blevins with asking him if he can help every time we come to an obstacle.
Well, if that's the case, you're being harassed back in a different way. So Blevins, he's from a good civilization. He really loves the act of being a gentleman, and that's what you're doing. So you're basically you show so much promise in becoming a strapping young man. Blevins, he's going to take an interest in you. You're showing just so much of that natural intuitiveness to be a classier, higher being. So whenever you come over to help Blevins, he's accepting the help, because if he doesn't accept this gesture, you might not do it when you're supposed to. He's an old man, but he's pretty lithe. His bones creak a little, so your help is definitely nice. But he can still move on his own a little bit. But he's not rejecting your help. He's actually, when you come over to help, if anything looks out of place on you, he's like, no, yo man, you straighten your back. Oh, that's strapping, young man. You pull your shoulders back, you walk like you mean it. And give me your arm, young man.
Which is great. Like etiquette lessons. Meantime, my arms are like coated to the elbow in Darmock's blood,
Feebly tries to wash it off, but it's not going anywhere.
Like rubbing it off like wipes his hands off every time he like puts his hand on Blevins' elbow or whatever. So he takes it. Hell, that's a better response than he was probably expecting. But he's like, oh no, you can't have knees probably. So help him over this stone and stuff. So all that chivalry is going to the old man instead of to the three women of the party. But
that's a quality.
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
They look very, very capable. I know for sure they're one of them capable. But
they're dressed for the occasion, at least. Like,
I'm sure Darmock would attend if necessary.
To the ladies of the party.
Larg leaves the ladies unattended with Darmock, is what I'm saying.
Oh, good. Okay. Well,
no.
Let's do that.
No. So yeah, that's just something for on the way. But as we get to the so it's a wrought iron gate, like a huge door, and on the other side of it looks like it's snowing. It's like a little snowy village. Is that what you said?
Put a pin in that for just a second. Okay. Actually, let me ask everybody else, Lisa, Karen, Jamie, like what is the general vibe over the 2 days here? Like, just because Darmock surprisingly keeps to himself, like very quiet, kind of gliding with the party. Every once in a while, if someone is like resting or trips, it would be one of the women of the party. He's just a real nice guy. Like he would offer a hand, or he would, but it's always like he's more of a looming presence, like something that's like always there, waiting for you to let your guard down is the wrong sentence, but not far off.
I think Tatiana would definitely be keeping her eye on him the whole trek, and would maybe I kind of want to ask him something.
Sure.
But I also don't want to talk to him.
Oh, that's I'm sorry. That's
like if I could converse without him actually speaking, that'd be great. But Tatiana, somewhere along the trek, maybe when he looks like he's being all emo in a corner, is gonna just ask, so why hell? Why do you want to leave hell? You seem to kind of fit in.
Okay, so something I want to get through. It's not like he's glowering and trying to, like, I think what's creepiest is like he's kind of hanging out with the party, but like just not speaking, just not like he's just kind of there because he's not in the back. You're not going to let him be by himself in the back. So like he's probably somewhere near the middle to front because he's got to be able to say that way, that type of thing. But
true.
If you ask him just like why do you want to get out?
Mm-hmm. Like to what end? You've already lost.
There's a special someone I'd like to reconnect with. Shout out to the Shure company. The Shure MV7 is a fantastic microphone and lets me get real close.
I'm pretty sure without even meeting them that they'd rather you be down here. Whoever this special someone is.
I also prefer to be surprised. There are so few surprises when you're in complete control.
It's so hard to converse. I'm caught off guard every time. Every time you talk, I'm caught off guard, and I'm like, fuck, what am I gonna say? I'm so creeped out right now. I guess I just still don't see the point, because, like I said, you've already lost. And she's kind of like trying to like twist the knife and like, you suck, dude. Like, you suck.
He's gonna take a step toward you. And he's either got his hands, usually a resting position, like they're either behind his back or like he's got these big puffy sleeves, and like he kind of like rests his hands in these sleeves. But he's gonna kind of like withdraw one of these hands. And these big, like, grody fingernails. Like, the guy's not unattractive. It's just his grooming habits need work, right? So, like, he's got these, like, very off eyes. Like, they're almost two pupils that kind of, it's really off. And he's going to take a step forward. What exactly do you think I've lost so far?
And she's going to look towards Larg and just say, well, you were trying to get out once and you got thrown back down here.
We all experience setbacks. And he's going to reach out to try and, like, brush the hair away from, like, around your ear, like, just like, but with the tip of his fingernail, just kind of, I don't know what your response would be to that.
I would whack that out of the way.
That's fine.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck no.
But just almost like this action had nothing to do with the speech, Pat. Like, his body's doing something different than his voice was. And it's just like, okay, that's fine. But that doesn't mean we can't recover. I mean, you're hoping to leave, aren't you?
I could understand needing to recover when you've, lost so much power already. And why you would need help because you're so weak. I'm definitely getting out of here, but we'll see about you. And she's going to walk away.
He's going to jump on your back. No.
You do not leave until I dismiss you.
Like, he's just, I'm a backpack. Like, he's just going to. Lisa. 2 days traveling.
Yeah, I feel like Vela would just be kind of like, once she gets over, like, the grumbling and grousing, like, I'm not supposed to be here. This is bullshit. She was very pissed. Once she gets kind of over that, I honestly feel like if Larg and Blevins are kind of like in the front, kind of picking their way through, and Darmock's up there too, I almost kind of feel like she would maybe not even like verbalize what she's doing, but like kind of try and look out for like the other girls and just be like, no, we're not being alone with that one. That one gives me creeps. Kind of like this unspoken thing that I think most girls do. And we're like, no, you good? You good? So that's, I think, what she would be doing.
I don't think there's a person on the planet whose radar would be broken to the point where they wouldn't look at him and go, like that. You know what I mean? Like, Picture your friend with the worst judgment. Even that, it's like, but no. Just vibes.
Yeah.
Lisa, you're kind of.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say you're a little off mic.
Oh, sorry. I'm probably sitting back real far.
You're fine.
Okay. Is that a little bit better?
It's so much better.
Okay. But yeah, so I think other than that, and just kind of silently stewing, she's just like, no. We may be in hell, but we're not in that kind of hell.
So this gate. So again, you're traveling, and as you walk up to it, you can see that like it's two-dimensional, right? It's almost like you're walking up to a mirror, and there's these wrought iron bars that are sort of bent inward toward this reflective surface, and you look in and it's kind of wavy, but again, it looks like a snowy town. It looks like the picture of serenity. There are people moving around. They're laughing. They're enjoying themselves.
People look happy.
Oh yeah, very quite.
So Blevins is going to just Larg is kind of holding him forward. He's just going to say, "Young Master Larg, I may be an old doddering fool, but I think I see a snowy village. Do you see the same?"
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I thought it might have just been me, but I guess I'm glad that you see it too. And he'll like say it loud enough and kind of check with the rest of the group just to like, are we all seeing it type thing? And then I guess he'll like, I feel like Larg's way of getting Darmock's attention has been to like throw something in his direction throughout this thing. So like he'll like chuck a rock and near him and be like, "Hey, why are people happy?"
He's got a real theater kid way of like being, like he can't just answer a question. He's very like, oh, like just, you know what I mean? He's got to launch into a fucking soliloquy or,
As a former kid, you cannot be more accurate. Thank you.
Like a fucking theater kid.
No, that's not based on anybody I know. But anyway,
it's fine.
Look, there's support groups. We can.
They exist, honestly.
But he's gonna move over to this like reflective portal-ish type of thing, and he's gonna kind of like caress this wrought iron. And as he does, there's going to be this like little like trace of energy as he's doing it. Oh, I nearly forgot about this. It's one of my favorite places here. Doesn't offer any more information than that.
I don't like that.
Like, he's okay, like, not to make it gross, but he's almost like, it's almost arousing the way he's like kind of like stroking the thing. He's like he's feeding off of it almost.
I believe our inappropriate companion over here believes this is safe.
Is that what that meant?
I believe so. I do not know these things, young Log.
So
it's up to interpretation. Yeah. Completely subjective.
I'll pick up another rock and try to throw it through the gate and see if it goes through. Because you said it was like a flare of energy when he touched it, right?
Yeah. So if you do that, there's going to be kind of like almost like you're throwing something into a pond, kind of like a bloop. And it's going to kind of like scatter on through to the other side and kind of make a little indent, like a little trail in the snow as it, the snow isn't thick, by the way. It looks like it's there's just been a light dusting on this little cobblestone street. So as you throw it, it's like you hear it clatter to the other side and looks fine. And Darmock's he's almost going to be like, "Why did you just litter?" Like that was like, he kind of looks back, like he doesn't mind you throwing things at him, but that was like, he doesn't quite say anything, but he's good. Like it kind of like snaps him out of his thing.
Yeah, we'll just kind of look at each other because Largo will be like, "What? You offered zero information." So Largo will actually look over to Tatiana and be like, "Listen, I'm real confused. What do you think? Do you want to give it a try?"
I don't know that I trust anything down here, especially not this guy.
Are you talking about it like open like that? Just asking questions? Just
yeah.
So he'll jump in because again, you kind of broke him out of his thing. Oh, it's more than safe. These people are the happiest they've ever been, and we need.
Larg, listen to that. You cannot trust that.
No, it sounds awful. Just all of it.
If you want to take a shortcut, we're going to have to go through this village. We could take the long way around.
I think Joe's gonna speak up. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
She's gonna be like, what? Okay, but like, what happens to us when we go in there? Are we gonna become the happiest that we've ever been and never want to leave?
No. You're with me. These are damned souls trapped here for who knows how long. You're not one of them. This is like 1 + 1 = fish. It's like, that doesn't, what?
Well, I do like that basically the
Tortured
question
to be
was,
happy.
will we become happy too? And he said, no, you're with me. That was kind of
Oh,
the
no.
answer.
Yeah, you're with me. No.
Like the short answer is
No,
we're
you're
with him, so we can't be happy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Larg will take a step back from this because this is all very confusing to him. So,
Blevins, being the doddering old fool that he is, he's like, as you guys been talking, he's been like trundling towards like the mirror, and he's been muttering to himself, well, it is rather hot here, and it's the cool damp weather could really do well for my old bones. It's just a peak wouldn't hurt. And he's gonna lean forward and dip his head inside while like no one's paying attention. He's a little older, so he gets a little wanderlust.
By the way, there's nothing better for old bones than blistering cold. Nothing. It's just, that is what
You can
every
tell
doctor
I have
will tell
experience
you.
being an old man.
That is why everyone moves to Florida. The blistering cold. So this is going to be like, there's a heat wave in your town, and you stick your head in the freezer because it's just like, I can't take it anymore. And it's so, the temperature difference is so like, so stark that, like, you know those days where you open your freezer, it's so hot and you see like that misty fog roll out of the freezer, and it is so refreshing when you dip your head into this because it's so night and day. The back of you is boiling, the front of you, it's that kind of like a gust of cold air, and it stops at the collarbone as you put your head in. Like, you could feel, it's like, oh, that's fucking weird. Like, it's got to be like how does your brain react to that, right? Like, it's the mental equivalent of like, oh, rub your head and pat your tummy at the same time. It's like, I don't get it. Like,
I don't know if you could hear from the other side of the portal, but like she's like, oh, magnificent. Oh, how refreshing.
and yeah, no, they can't hear you.
Okay, then his body's just like convulsing. Then he's probably going to inch more inside until he's completely over.
I feel like while we're arguing with Darmock, we should roll to notice him, like see who notices him.
Sure.
Because I kind of want to see.
Hell yeah, let's do it. So this is going to be super easy. So 2d6s, I'd say, right? Because I feel like the portal's kind of the focal point of all this. So 9, you beat a 9, you got it. So yeah, your savvy, your class, and your detect.
How do we clear dice?
Yeah.
Oh, you right click on the die you want to clear in the bottom bar, not the top.
Ah, thank you.
It's weird.
Okay.
You said your savvy, class.
Your savvy, your class, and your detect.
There it is. Oh, all right. Look at that. Nice.
So basically, the two you're adding together is to see if you detect it, and then your effect die is how quickly you detect it, right? Like it's like, yeah, you notice, but like if it's a D4 detect die, it's well and truly after he's crossed the threshold, like he's gone.
So I would have gotten in that case a 11 with a D6 effect. I don't know. It looks like. Well, I think Jamie noticed first, probably. Although I don't know. You guys tell me.
Yeah, I'll see it. Sure.
So you're gonna see Blevins like as the back half of him, like he's leaned way in, and then like he's getting ready to cross the threshold. You could definitely see like nothing has turned him away from it, obviously.
Okay, and we've been traveling for 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So I know I would know his name, like we've been introduced.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I think Tatiana's just gonna dip out of this conversation then and like sort of cross whatever semicircle we were in discussing this, and is going to be like Blevins, and try to like stop him, even though he's already like,
and just like
gonna cross the barrier. Yeah.
Just like you can't hear him on this side, he can't hear you on that side. So it is just boom. It's not muffled or anything. It's gone. And
okay. and I wouldn't make it in time, so I think I'm just gonna watch to see what happens to him. Honestly, like I'm not going in there. I don't know what's gonna happen.
So if you seem kind of panic, like a little bit, like oh no, like so on your right hand side, you're gonna feel hot breath as Darmock just kind of like sidles up next to you. Oh, it's perfectly safe. It's daytime. We could all make it through. And he's going to like gently try to push you. It's like, come on.
Oh.
It's so much faster this way. And as he's talking, like he really likes to enunciate. So in some of that, there'll be this little tongue flick on your earlobe. Like it's just going to like he very much likes to like pronounce. I need to prep you all because I will never describe things as vividly as I'm going to describe every action he takes for the rest of this campaign.
I feel like the second Tatiana feels his breath on her, she's gonna like instinctually cringe and just sort of like almost come into herself physically, and is just going to, as he's finishing, just be like, boundaries, and sort of take a step back.
Would you say it's bad breath or good smelling breath? That's very important.
I mean, it's nothing, right? Like he's like he doesn't have like an inherent smell. He doesn't like he's just there. Like it's like you kind of don't like notice he's there until it's like, like it's, you know what I mean? He's just gross, you know? He's just gross.
Does anything happen to Blevins though? Like does his demeanor change at all?
I mean, he's you know,
he starts
be cold.
Starts rubbing his shoulders and looking around. I think you can see him from the other side, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's right there.
He's just looking around, doing a.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you weren't like freakishly happy now, you know.
No, so do me a favor, Zach. Give me the same thing, right? Give me a savvy, give me your class, and detect. Like, let's see what you pick up on this side. We're going to reuse that 9 as the difficulty. Whee! And okay.
Nice.
So I imagine you're taking that D8 as your effect die.
Yes.
So it almost looks like there's some sort of festival happening. There are people lining the streets. Like it's fairly crowded, and they're kind of like I hear someone typing.
Sorry.
So they're like, they're it's not that they're trying to sell anybody anything, but they're doing things like, like that fire stick things, like they're showing off handmade goods and handing it out to people. That, like, it's very jovial. Like, everybody's really having a great time.
Now, when I look around, is there any delicious food being made?
So let's talk about natural bodily functions.
Oh, right.
In hell. Yeah. So 2 days you've been here. There's no need to eat or drink. There's just like, you just haven't felt a need to. But that doesn't mean that, like, you don't miss eating or drinking. It's like, oh man, like, there's nothing here, and like, I'm not hungry. You're just kind of like content. But when you cross this threshold, not only is that cool blast going to hit you, that air, this is a street that kind of goes uphill a little bit, like 30 degrees, and wraps around, but you can absolutely smell some sort of poultry being cooked, and you can see stuff rotating on a spit, and it like, no food has ever smelled better. Like, it's like, holy hell, I forgot how much I like eating. This is great.
I'm thinking about wanting to do something, but it might freak some of the team out. But I'll just do it anyway. Blevins is going to smile, like, really broadly, like almost in a worrying way, and just kind of point towards the delicious food and kind of give like a beckoning wave, and just kind of old man trundle towards it.
Now, is this more of a trundle or a mosey or a saunter or a meander?
I feel like it's a sauntering meander.
Got it. I know exactly
it's
what you're talking about.
Kind of hunched over a little.
So, and if you approach one of these stalls, there's going to be a young woman there that kind of tears a leg off of. It looks like some sort of like maybe a goose or something like that. Like, it looks like a kind of a thinner, fattier bird, but gonna rip off one of these drumsticks and just hand it over to Blevins. Like, no money exchange, no nothing. It's just like, here, you look hungry. Boom.
Thank you, ma'am. Free goose for me. Delicious.
And like, you could see other people kind of eating the same stuff. Like, there's a kid with like a big hearty bowl of soup. Like, you could see the steam kind of rolling off of it, but the wind's kind of catching it. So it's like, it is a hot bowl of soup, and this kid's just kind of like waiting for it to cool off enough to eat.
So Blevins he's kind of charismatic. So he's just going to sit down with a bunch of people and just start eating.
Other side of the portal. How you feeling?
Creeped out. When Tatiana sees Blevins have this like giant grin, she's gonna yell back past Darmock, who's assumedly still over her shoulder, and
he didn't go anywhere. Don't worry.
Yeah. And say, hey, we're losing one over here. And sort of yell towards the rest of the group.
Yeah, I think that would be enough to snap everybody out, hopefully, of whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We're discussing.
Definitely.
Be like, well, what if we went around to like da-da-da? Yeah, so that'll turn Lar's attention, and he'll go, unless somebody stops him or beats him to it, he'll just move to walk right through.
As he's walking by, Tatiana's trying to explain. I was trying to get him to stop. He just walked right through, and Lark just like.
He's like, all right, let's go.
Through the portal.
He'll do like the come with me type gesture as well. So I guess we're going.
So, crossing over again. That like. Man, I used to work in glass houses. So there's just open flame during the summer all day, and I can't describe to you how hot that is. it is just it's like sticking your head in an oven all day. So imagine that and just crossing over this threshold, and it is instantly cold. So for the first like 10-15 seconds, it's like, oh, like that. And then you're kind of like, all right, but this is cold. Like you kind of like you're feeling it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, you're going to see Blevins over there just like happy as can be, sitting down next to like a kid eating drumstick.
One drumstick in the air when you come by. Ah, young Master Larg. I think this is goose. And maybe duck. You must try it.
he'll like walk up to him and look at him and go, no, that's too big to be a duck. Listen, we got to go.
And it gives it a look.
Either that or it's a huge duck. I don't know. I haven't seen any huge ducks down here, though.
Must we leave now, young Master Log?
Yeah,
These people are...
I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. I'm very sorry. Don't forget that we're in hell, and this is not okay.
Ah, right.
And like everybody else is coming. Like he's bringing everybody else over. Like, just come on. Before we start losing people to the crowd, we've already lost the old man once. Let's all stay together.
He just slowly puts the drumstick down.
And this crowd, man, they are so happy. They're trying to like there's live music playing, and it's that kind of like anytime you see dancing or whatever depicted in like fantasy times, it's like there's no like rhythm or choreography, but everyone, it's just kind of like hopping up and down and clapping, and like it's kind of like a weird hoedown waltz situation. But like, man, the like, so there's like a couple of kids trying to grab you, like it's like kind of like pulling on Larg's hand. It's like, come on, let's get, you know what I mean, like let's get the big guy in on this, because like he needs to be, you know what I mean, like you look glower.
The second any of these like people, kids or otherwise, the second any of these people like try to directly interact with him, he gets super uncomfortable, like immediately, like from you know, the Terminator in the last episode to being like very socially awkward, like I don't want to be here, like I need to leave this party type vibe immediately.
So more like Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah, exactly. Like get me out of here. He's not showing that fearless leader quality in this situation.
Oh, Darmock would have crossed over, by the way.
Oh, good. I was
just
wondering.
like as he crosses over, just kind of like. Do you remember?
He lets out a little moan as he crosses.
I mean, yeah, like that goes without saying. But like, do you remember the beginning of Face Off where Nick Cage is dressed as a priest and he's just kind of like, just being fucking weird, like to nobody in particular, just kind of like contorting, just like, like just, you know what I mean? Like real. I'm sorry. I got a
big Nick Cage in the late 90s vibe to Darmock, I gotta say.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so Larg will specifically look to Tatiana and just kind of do like the help me face, like help me get out of here. We're gonna start losing people.
Okay. Seeing that, Tatiana is gonna look towards Darmock. Which direction are we going? How do we get out of here? We're going through, yes?
Oh, we just follow the main road. Couldn't be easier.
All right, let's not stay here longer than we have to. And looking back towards Larg, I guess we just follow the road. Try to make it quick.
I mean, if that's the case, then I will start politely shoving the way through and take the lead on that. Just makes everybody move.
Young Master Log, don't be so rude.
Make a hole.
These people are so festive. How can this be hell? I think there must be some mistake. You hear this music? It's a little weird, but
it's not my style.
It's a lot of that one fucking. It's like do 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 do. You know what I mean?
Like
it's that one fucking
is it
fantasy.
like over and over the same thing?
It's kind of like. It's like, okay, any town you've ever visited in like The Witcher or something like that, it's like, we get it, you're happy. Like, is that kind of, you know what I mean? Like, they're happy,
so
but like
for dancing, it's the same 3 moves.
Right. You could tell black people don't exist in this universe or something because no one's invented rhythm. It's just kind of sounds and percussion. And like, it's just like, well, your heart's in the right place, but like,
I just imagine this is that portion of hell, you know? Just
right, exactly.
Tambourines all the way down.
Like a musician's
We're doing
hell.
our best. Like they're really trying to. So they're trying to get you guys to like join in and stuff like that. But like if you push past, there's almost like a British like, oh God, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You pushed them, but it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like they didn't mean to like crowd you or something.
Weird question. Is everybody human?
No, there's a good mixture.
Okay.
There's definitely like, I mean, if anything, it's a little weird because like there's probably some races that shouldn't be getting along traditionally. Not to cast broad judgment. Like, you know, there's some dwarves and minotaurs hanging out in the crowd. There's some, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like,
Okay, so
why is that? Like, it's like everyone's very happy about a single event.
right, okay.
Can we do like some sort of check, like not an insight check or a perception check, but
Like
let me look at my list of new checks.
Like a vibe check.
Can we do like a
I'm
vibe
about to
check
vibe
on
check
these
one of these
people?
kids who keep
I
pulling
just
on
want to
me.
see if like there's terror behind these eyes, or like are their feet bleeding from dancing too long, or you know. Like this is hell. Something has to be wrong. She's trying to figure out what's wrong with this picture.
You know what? Give me a detect again. Like, I think that's
Detect?
just like, yeah, just what your eyes pick up. Like, let's see, because like those are all visual cues. Like, though, yeah, we'll jump into it.
Yeah. So detect, class, and what attribute?
Savvy.
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 Okay. I don't know what the number was.
I'm getting ready to do it now.
Okay.
Whoop, 2d10. 9. So you're gonna beat it. So here's the thing. You're taken in this scene, and it's just, you're like, okay, something has to be wrong. This is too good to be true. It's like, you know, there's a sale. It's like 90% off. It's like, you know, you just kind of like, why? You know, so it like everyone looks happy. No one looks physically distraught. You don't see terror behind the eyes. They look genuinely not just contented, but like ecstatic, overjoyed, like they just won the war, or you know what I mean? But like everybody here seems to have a reason to celebrate. No one seems grumpy or miserable. Hell, there's no one here that doesn't look like they're having the time of their lives. You know what I mean? There's like loved ones clutching each other, looking like that. Like it's almost like they're experiencing their first kiss all the time right now. Like it is like
It's got to be like cannibals or like a sacrifice or something. Like something's got to be wrong.
Does it look like you're really like kind of scoping everybody out? You're like checking. It's like, is that a real child? That's got the weight of a real child. Like you're like checking. It's like, is that wood or is that a mimic? Like you're really like breaking stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're doing that again, hot breath. Just don't they look so happy?
Again, a shudder down Tatiana's spine. Yes, but I think we both know that can't be the full story. And she's going to look to him like, feel like Sharon? Want to share?
There is the smallest smile curling up around his lips. Like just the edges of his mouth are going to... I'll whisper a secret to you.
I'm gonna go with the advice of Karen and just say nope. I'll be surprised, thanks.
Okay. So you're just like, just like hard pass, like that type of thing.
Hard pass.
Oh, what a pity. And he's gonna kind of just like back away, but like like he's backing away at gunpoint. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of glide back and it almost kind of like sway to the not beat that's going around, just kind of like he's enjoying the music, and he's gonna walk with the group if you guys continue to move. This, by the way, is a pretty big place. What's odd is, and there's been enough detect checks that I'm going to give you this one for free. This doesn't look like any town you've ever visited. There are a few things that I would say are red flags if you're used to traveling around in Theria, and you guys are. There is no housing that doesn't look at least homey cottage level. Like, there are no holes in thatched roofs. There are no, everyone looks like they're, they have the appropriate amount of clothing. No one looks like they're shivering. No one looks like they're hungry. No one looks like they're, again, not having the time of their lives. Like, you have like whole families kind of dancing together, and it's too nice. You know what I mean? It's like when you go to Texas for the first time and it's like, this is too nice. And then you meet a Texan and you go, got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of like, but everyone you've talked to so far is just like, it's like, oh, hey, what, they're being very gracious. It's like, oh, if you're new here, did you get the goose? Okay, cool. They're making like little like paper crowns and putting it on people's heads and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's just, it's like you're looking at a stage play of human life. It's off. It's weird.
As we're walking, I want to try to do it so that Blevins doesn't see, because I can't handle his disapproval. But Larg's going to be just one guy we're walking by. He's going to shoulder him a little bit harder, see if he can like disrupt that mood for a moment,
Sure. Like, are you giving an old, like, you checking him into the boards type of thing, or just
be like,
just kind of
more than because he, at this point, he's been like a polite but insistent shoving out of the way, just like, excuse me, like, we gotta, like, if you're rushing to get to catch a flight or something and you got to get past people, that type of thing. But one of them, he'll just give him like a good shoulder check, like in the chin or something, just to see,
like a little high school bully action.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
hey, are you paying attention? Type thing.
Yeah, and this person will let's roll to see how big this person is on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Like, how big is this person? I'm aiming for a big one.
I don't want to hit a kid.
6. So this is, this is sizable, So like, you check this mom and her child into the dirt, and you
and I spit
like, yeah, she's got a hell of a chin on her. She's ready to go.
Must be dwarf.
So yeah, you kind of like check this guy, and he's gonna, like, he looks surprised, like he's not happy about it. It's like, whoa, are you okay? It's really not that bad, man. It's gonna be okay. Like, he's
apologizing to me almost.
Almost like he's apologizing to you, but more it's just like, it's like, why are you having such a bad time? Like, it's okay. There's no need to be aggressive. It's fine. Like, he's all right, be well. And then he's going to get ready and go back to his.
I Homer Simpson strangle him in the middle of the street.
Pulls out a notepad, places I'll never go again.
Yeah, you just made the list. Larg's list.
One person, 2 people. Darmock, that guy. That's it.
That guy.
Okay. Well, no, if he didn't really, I guess that was pretty much what I expected. So we'll just keep going. But
yeah, it's not like he's a robot. Like he reacted to it. It's like you didn't get the, hey, fuck
really
you. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. That's all.
How cold would you say it is here? I mean, I know it's refreshing at first, but then you said it gets chilly.
Picture like, I'd say like 20, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. What is that? Like 100? What do they do over there in not America? I don't know what. Hold on a second. For everyone else in the world listener.
Can I give like a brief little thing? Like,
absolutely.
The whole world uses metric system and we don't.
Yes.
But did you know the whole world calls pineapples something completely different than what we call it? We call it a pineapple and the entire world calls it ananas.
Are you fucking kidding?
No.
What?
I just found this out
Well, it
today.
looks like someone has it wrong.
Why do we call it that?
Look, I don't know.
I won't say who, but one of us has it wrong. One of us has nukes. So yeah.
Let's not make things any worse, Zach. Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, it's about -5 Celsius, everybody.
Okay.
Sounds so much colder.
It really does.
Yeah. So it's nice and brisk. You see your breath and stuff like that. It's scarf weather, definitely.
I was gonna say, I feel like Bella, once the relief wears off, she'd be like, all right, good thing I've got this, and she'll pull out like some of her winter gear, and like she's probably not gonna need as much of it as she did before, so she'll like hand them out to people who need it. And like she had been working on scarves for her friends, so she's like, here's one for you, and just like passing them out. But not,
yeah, it's definitely not like, it's not Kian cold, right? Like it's
right.
just also you have fur, like that's got to be handy,
Yeah, but like still she'd be like, hey, if you guys want these, here.
Vela Thunderhorn, did you make this scarf from my old bones? Oh,
I did.
I could
yes,
hug you.
I made it myself.
Oh,
that's okay.
okay.
But I appreciate you asking first. That was it.
Yeah, Lark has no shirt on, so he definitely takes a scarf and just wraps it around his neck, and that's it. Just festive winter, Lark. That's it.
Oh my God, fan art, everybody.
I was just gonna say, let the fan art come in.
Yes.
If there's a hat with ear flaps, he'll wear that too. Right.
And Lorg,
I would like to say there will be. I'm sure she had a hat of some kind.
Yeah.
we must talk about your modesty one day, dear boy.
I mean, if you had pecs like that, you would fucking
Well, let's not be shameless. Not to show them off to the whole world.
Listen, it's a long story, but my shirt fell off when I was fighting this guy and pulled him into hell. I'll tell you about it later.
I know that sounds like an excuse.
I started with the shirt on, I promise.
So you guys, like as this conversation's going, you guys are walking through this town, and there's kind of like a city square here, like big, like high buildings, and it kind of blocks some of the wind out. It's these older looking stone buildings, but again, not like crumbling or anything like that. Everything looks new, for lack of a better term. And as you're walking through, the church bells are going to start ringing, and it is. Let me roll a die. Let's see. It's pretty close to dusk, you'd say. Like it looks like the church bells are ringing because it's like, okay, everybody, let's people in the outskirts of the city, they're lighting torches and stuff like that, because just because the sun's going down doesn't mean the party has to stop, right? Like it's Darmock's going to make a sound, and Who's walking next to who's walking next to Big D? It's the last time. Nope. I know. That's too far.
Tatiana learned her lesson. She's
Okay.
watching him from behind.
You could have got a secret. I'm just saying.
No thanks. No, thank you. I'll remain in the dark.
I feel like Blevins would be kind of around his area, but not too close. Blevins kind of thinks he's kind of just a really edgy warlock or something. He doesn't really know much about Darmock. He's one of these. He doesn't know how old he is, but he looks younger. So he just thinks he's a weird young kid who's really terrible with the ladies. So he here and there he's like he kind of edges over to Darmock, and he's like, dear boy, you'll never be popular with the ladies like that. You must change your tactics. I do not think it's working.
Probably going to be another one of those like slight smiles, because in reality, this is a guy who had women buried under floor, literal skeletons in his closet, like a mass murderer. So kind of almost amusing, like how
right.
in the dark you are about him. It's like, oh,
Just a poor kid.
and he's gonna put a hand on your shoulder, but it kind of drifts down a little bit, like it's too familiar. It's like, I want you to pay very close attention. The show is about to begin. Kind of breathy, kind of like he is like barely restraining an erection. Just like he is very into what is about to happen.
Blevins gets real serious. He squints his eyes. He leans in and he says, I knew there was something more to you, dear boy. I love a good show as well.
I need everyone to give me one last detect roll, please. Let's this one will be pretty easy. I'm going to say it's a 5.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, this is pretty universal. So you guys are walking through this courtyard. It's probably like 10 minutes after those church bells are ringing, and it's getting to the point where the sun's kind of like dipping down below the horizon. It's kind of a mountainous area, lots of buildings and stuff. And again, people are still like having a great time. The where the snow has kind of melted in the courtyard here, so it's kind of like wet cobblestone, fire being reflected off of that, and it's people are just having like the time of their lives. Kind of like you smell tons of like baked goods, like as you get closer to this courtyard, and you're going to feel something breeze past you, like boom, you for just like a second it's like, oh, that was at a gust of wind, and it's kind of shadowy, and it's going to zip past you, and one of the torches nearby is going to kind of like flicker a bit because that's such a gust of wind. And probably about like 9 or 10 feet away from Blevins, a small child is going to be plucked up into the air, screaming. Like, this kid is just terrified. And then once it gets to around that 50-60 foot range, dropped, and it is going to hit with this thud on the cobblestone. And people are going to start fucking going nuts, screaming, like just running for cover. And a bunch of these are going to breeze past you and start plucking away people and just dropping them, right? And you're going to hear this thunderous crash as this man is thrown through the big double doors of the church, this big wooden this big wooden thing, and kind of like ragdolls out into the street in front of you. And stepping through the doors of this church is this hulking monstrosity. Picture like almost like a minotaur with no skin type of thing, right? Like it's got to be at least 9.5 feet tall. It ducks down to get through the doors of this church, and you're going to hear as these crashes are kind of going around similarly around, like you hear them in your periphery. And Darmock is just so pleased with himself, just kind of like taking this in. What would you guys like to do?
The way I'm imagining it is that we sort of entered a town square type area, and the church is like the big feature of this particular.
Yeah, kind of town built up around the church, kind of common.
Okay. And everybody's trying, obviously, when this thing shows up, nobody wants to be near it, right? It's just.
Yeah, like you got people just running and fleeing, but it seems like no matter what direction they go in, there's something horrible. Like it's, So Lark won't move. I think he's at the head of the party because he was politely shoving his way through everything. So he turns around and locks eyes with Darmock, and he says, "These are the types of things you should tell us about." And he turns back around. And squares up against it. I mean, I assume he's going to. Oh no, we lost Jamieson.
Oh no.
Whoa. He just blipped.
We're going to need him.
Is that what happens when you fight things in hell? You drop
That's
your
it.
soul in real
You're
life.
just gone.
You die in the game, you die in real life.
Hi, Jamieson.
Hi. What's the last thing that happened? I blacked out.
You said, I don't know what everybody else is doing. And then you were gone.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. My browser gave me an out of memory error, which hasn't happened before.
Oh.
So anyway, so that's what I do. That's what I did.
So are you guys joining Lark?
Absolutely. Blevin steps right behind Larg and passing Darmock. He's gonna say, just I think we're gonna miss the show this time, dear boy. Quite.
This thing is going to kind of like almost frantically. It's stepping out of this church and it's looking for something, anything to kill. Right? It's almost like it's in dire need of it, and it's going to see Larg standing there, and it's going to like stop looking around and kind of like level its eyes and get down almost like a cat, and it is going to juggernaut sprint straight for Larg. And I think that's a good time for us to stop for the evening.
Oh my god!
What? Really?
And we'll have our first combat for Forsaken.
Oh god.
I could keep going for like 2 hours, to be honest.
You guys are doing so well.
Man. I want to fight
Love
this
it.
thing. I want to fight it so bad.
Don't go anywhere out there, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to play a little trivia game as we wait for new emails to come in. Yeah. So the winner of this trivia game is going to get some cool bonuses, which I'm going to keep secret until there's a winner, but you're going to want to win. That's all I'm going to say. And it could come in handy for this combat coming up. Who knows? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay. Hi, everybody. We're about to play a trivia game here here are the rules. Very, very simple. I looked up a stupid list of 300 things that adults should know. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 15 minutes on the clock. And we're just going to keep going around and around the table. And you guys tell me the number of the question you want to answer, and I'll look it up and ask it. Person with the most points at the end gets a very special surprise for your next session, which I remind you does include combat.
Nice.
So you know what? Here, let's do this.
Can we just say pass if we don't know it to save time?
You can absolutely just say
I'd like to steal.
Yeah, it's like I don't know that. Like I have no idea. You can absolutely do that if you like.
I'm just gonna make up ridiculous answers.
Yes.
Who wants to go first?
I'll do it.
Okay, so yes, we're going to go Lisa, Jamie, Jamieson, Zach, Karen, and just keep going around and around and around. Are you ready?
Sure. Wait, is this like I answer one and then you go to Jameson and then you go to, or is it like
Yes.
I keep answering until
No one, yeah.
Okay.
No one has to ring in or anything like that. It's like, here's your question. You tell me 1 to 300. Pick a number, and then I ask you that question.
Okay.
Super simple. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, give me a number. 1 to 300.
113.
113. Here we go. Whee! I got to scroll down to 113. Oh, wow. Who is the founder of 21st Century Fox?
Fuck. Pass.
Oh, we're looking for the devil or Rupert Murdoch. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
that was my
Oh.
alternate answer.
These are things
Oh,
Brett
that's
should
bad.
know.
That's what the site says. This is very, I feel like this is very BuzzFeedy. It's like,
Oh,
who
yeah.
doesn't know adulting, am I right? Jamie. Number between 1 and
69.
60. Nice. Watch this be the most. Who is the owner of Microsoft?
Steve Jobs? No, he's dead. I don't know.
1,000 nerds just shouted.
Why didn't
The
I get that?
sexiest man on the planet, Bill Gates.
Why didn't I get that question?
When I think,
Oh, that's bullshit.
woo,
I want to get like some shit like space-time continuum.
It's because from when I was a kid, I remember they had the little apple design, and so I always mess it up.
that was Apple. They had the Apple design, Jamie.
No.
Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. I love you.
Okay.
I love you. Jameson.
Dang it.
251.
251 coming right up. Whee!
I feel like I'm on like the Price is Right.
251. What type of insect did John the Baptist eat in the desert? That's fucking biblical. I didn't.
Oh, it's
That's.
biblical, so it's got to be a locust, right?
It is a locust.
Son of a bitch.
First point on the
Pretty sure it's a
board,
locust.
ladies and gentlemen.
He used logic. That's bullshit.
That's
Either that
cheating.
or a dung beetle. I didn't think that was in the Bible.
Zach,
Uh-oh.
1 to 300. Pick a number.
Me knowing people who wrote this, they probably put the easier general ones first. So I'm gonna say like 5.
5. Here we go. I like that you didn't go for 1. You want to. What is the diameter of our Earth?
3.14?
Offhand.
This is
12,742
Oh my god.
kilometers. Common stuff. Come on.
Oh,
Zach.
in kilometers, too.
I didn't really give me
In kilometers, yeah, it's not even.
something so unimportant.
Karen.
I like prime numbers. So 13.
13. Lucky number 13. Name the largest ocean of the world.
Oh God! That is something that I should know. And
That one's like, uh-oh.
I mean, the Pacific.
Pacific is what we were looking for, ladies and gentlemen. You absolutely knew that. That wasn't a guess. That was just theatrics. Lisa?
99.
99. Where does the royal family live? We're looking for a specific place, not a country.
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace is correct.
Nice.
Lisa's on the board. Oh, my
Unless
goodness.
it's like August. In which case, they go to Balmoral.
I would say it's also kind of just a
Jamie?
question because, like, what royal family?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's, I don't know. You know how the UK is. There's, just.
Colonizer.
Jamie? 1 to 300.
This is Sparta.
300.
Oh, 300. Oh.
Bad, really bad joke.
Is Jamie broken? No, okay. In which year was the movie 2012 released?
I feel like this might be a trick question, but I'm gonna say 2012.
Oh, we were looking for 2009. 2009.
Damn, I almost said 2009.
Ah, Jamieson.
288.
288. Let's do it up. When was the Chernobyl disaster? When did that occur? We're looking for a specific date, but I'll take a year.
Specific date?
I'll take a year.
I don't even know a year. I'm going to say 1956.
1986, actually. It was much.
Super close.
Super close.
I was only alive. That's fine.
Zach.
33.
33, coming right up. I want to know how many of these people in the chat know. How many teeth are there in an adult's mouth?
I know this
Doing a quick count here. 53.
32. Just I picture your mouth just full of teeth, just like a shark. There's rows.
Like my count. Just I ran my tongue through like the roof of my teeth and was like, let's double that.
I mean, a normal amount. Like, Karen.
27.
27. Oh boy. Okay. How many degrees are there in a circle? Oh, it's the worst when someone knows it.
You got it.
How many?
360.
360 is correct, Karen. 2 points on the board. She storms ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa.
108.
108 coming up. How many squares are there on a chessboard?
Oh.
64, I think.
64!
That was
Lisa!
so fast.
Holy shit! Damn!
Damn. I was trying to count.
Someone watched Queen's Gambit.
I did, actually.
Jamie, I did too. Jamie.
Has anyone said 111?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
Where is the largest volcano in the world?
Oh.
Final answer?
Oh, it's
Tamu Massif. That volcano is the largest one. They were looking for an actual volcano.
That was poorly worded.
It was poorly worded. Oh shit! Now Zach dipped, and now the call is
Weird.
jumbled, and I can't
Yeah.
remember. Jamieson.
Next.
Jamieson's next.
112. Keep them close together. It saves us time.
It does save you time. What does HTML stand for?
Shoot. I work in this field. Hypertext markup language.
Yeah, Jamieson.
Damn.
We got a 3-way tie for first with Jamieson and
If
Karen.
I didn't get that one.
Man, I've never felt so dumb.
Zach, you're up.
15.
15. Oh, shit. I scrolled all the way to the top. My bad. 15. Where is the Bermuda Triangle situated?
Do you have to say like the specific
We're
ocean?
looking. Yeah, give me the ocean and like a region in the ocean. 5 seconds.
Atlantic Ocean.
Close. No. No. In the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean. So they're looking for like just paring it down a bit.
I think that's a half point, don't you?
Karen?
56.
56. Oh, God. There's an ad. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I don't want to pay for this. This isn't worth that. 56. Here we go. Name 3 countries beginning with S.
Country? Oh, God. Now I'm really going to be like
10 seconds.
so
You can do
stupid
it.
countries.
You got
Spain. Well, Spain is a country.
Is that a question?
Well, I'm American, so other country or other continents are. You know what? I'm not. It's 11:30. 11:48. I'm not doing that. Siberia.
Sweden, Switzerland, the Sudan.
You know, any of the places.
Any of those places.
I don't know why I was thinking Soviet Union. I was like, that's not a thing anymore.
Spain? You were right with Spain. So
No.
I'm going to give you 1/3 of a point. It's
Thank you.
like just a little bit. Yeah. Lisa.
54.
54. How many sides does a hexagon have?
6.
Damn, Lisa's smart. That's a 3 points there for Lisa.
I had to think. I was like, seems like a trick question.
Jamie.
1.
1.
I got to pinpoint the Bermuda Triangle. She gets hexagon.
That's why I wanted you guys to pick the numbers. So, what is the official nickname of Texas? Oh,
come
Seth,
on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Texas?
I'm sorry, buddy. That's not fair.
What do you mean nickname?
Let's ask the Kansas native. What is the?
I do.
Was Jamie? Is this yours?
Yeah, this is mine.
Okay.
But what do
You
you
said
mean
Kansas.
nickname? What do you mean?
What's the nickname? What is it? Like New Jersey's the Garden State
Oh,
for reasons. 5
Golden
seconds.
State? Ooh. No,
You want to give that one more try?
I don't know. Star?
I'm going to give you half credit.
Time.
I'm going to give you. Yeah, I watched. Yes, I
Lone
watched.
Star.
I didn't know
Lone
Riverside
Star.
could capture a soul leaving a body, but I saw it.
Oh.
That's some tech. Jameson.
50.
So it was Lone Star
50.
State, right? Yeah.
Lone Star
I see
State.
the flag
yes.
every day at Walmart.
When was Superman created as a fictional character? I'll give you an extra. 1933.
That was so close,
Okay,
though.
sorry.
I feel like a.
That was really close.
Thought I had it.
Zach.
10?
10. I mean, they got to be easier up there, right? Oh,
I think I messed up.
name the children of Prince William.
Ooh.
Oh, man. I just. One is Charles, isn't it? William? Robert?
Same name.
Something UK?
Prince George of Cambridge and Princess Charlotte of also Cambridge. They come from the same. That makes sense. That adds up.
They have a
You-
third.
Oh, this is an old list.
Yeah, they have another
Right.
one.
This is pre-pandemic.
I don't know. Karen?
That world is irrelevant.
25.
25. Ooh, baby. Which is the largest lake in the world?
Why are there so many geography?
I guess that
I'm so glad I'm not
supposed
being
to
asked
know.
these questions.
You're supposed to know geography once you're an adult.
Lake?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea.
the Caspian Sea, which feels like
that's-
No
Yeah, that's a little weird.
I don't know. Lisa,
27.
27.
Oh, wait, I did that one.
We did that one. Yeah.
Oh, did we? Okay, 36.
36. Who developed the cartoon series of Tom and Jerry?
Warner
Oh.
Brothers?
We're looking for Hanna-Barbera.
Oh, really?
Damn it, I almost
Damn.
said Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, that was the next one for
Damn
sure.
it.
Oh, I was right
Jamie?
Dirty 30.
Woo! Which city is known as the City of Love?
Paris?
Paris is correct.
Good one.
Jamie
I
on the board.
got one.
Nice. That's a good one.
Fucking finally. Next time, can we do
Jameson.
Disney trivia, please?
Oh my god, yes.
I will kill.
66. What does UNO stand for? UNO.
I was going to say
Not the card game.
is it an acronym? Uno?
Yes.
Oh,
UNO.
I was
Pass.
just going to
I
say
have no
one.
idea.
Yeah.
United Nations Organization.
Wow.
No, it's for one.
Zach?
The 9.
9. Okay, this is probably going to be our last question, sadly. How many states are there in the United States of America? Yes, good stuff, Zach. Karen, one more. This is your chance to tie.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to let this is slipping in under the wire. But you're the last one in line anyway, so Karen?
Let's do number 2.
Number 2.
I hope it's ridiculous.
Name the biggest island
No.
in the world.
No.
Another geography.
What are the chances? Island?
Island?
So here's
All the countries'
okay.
islands, technically.
hold on a second. So they're asking for square footage. I'm not going to ask you for that. Square mileage, not footage. But I'm not going to ask you for that. I just want to know the
Merciful.
name.
Thank
I don't know, like
Island.
Australia? If that's like an island, right?
That's a
That's a
continent.
continent,
Well,
but
they named the sea as the biggest lake, so who knows?
That is fair. You know what?
yeah. It's surrounded by water.
I was going to say Australia as well. I was like,
We were looking for Greenland.
Greenland.
Wow.
But that's a country too, isn't it?
It's a massive
Well, it's
island.
a
I guess.
country, not a continent.
It's still an island, technically. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
yeah.
like I think the Caspian Sea is like technically a sea, but like,
I think it has
what is
like
that? One of the
an
Great
outlet
Lakes?
or something.
It's
Some
almost like
shit.
the-
The point is, no, go ahead.
I was just going to call it the Pluto of lakes, or of seas.
Oh,
there you go.
Kind of this, kind of that.
Doesn't take a long time, but we're going to count it.
ladies and gentlemen, our winner with 3 points is the brilliant Lisa.
Congratulations.
Very nice job.
You knew
Lisa.
a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah, by the way, you really fucking smart. Like I mean, like you breezed past that. The chessboard one. Why do
To
you
be
know
fair, my husband plays a lot of chess.
that? Oh,
So I'm like, I feel like if I miss that one, there'd be an issue.
the Texas one is the cruelest. Like that's just.
I can't. I love trivia, but I'm so bad. I buckle under pressure so hard. But if
I
we
love
do
you
Disney
so
trivia,
much.
I will kill at Disney trivia. Let's.
I love you so much, but I love you sticking to your guns. It's like I'm pretty sure it's Apple that. Pretty sure Microsoft has the Apple logo. I'm pretty sure. Like
I'm
you
so-
doubling down. Oh,
That's gonna be on the internet forever.
well, your two options are Microsoft and Apple. I'm not a betting man, but
Jesus.
Lisa,
Sorry.
your prize for the next game, you get to re-roll any 3 die at any time you like during combat, which it's going to be nasty,
I'm gonna
which is
have it.
happening.
I'm gonna add that to my notes because I will forget.
So the fun thing about this list is I'm reusing it for the entire cast. So you guys are not the only ones to be subjected to this. So some same questions might come up, and I can't wait for the bragging rights to begin.
I got the comic book question wrong. I'm upset with myself. Like, that's like Jamie being like, give me a Disney one. It's like, yeah, give me a comic book one. It's a layup. Nope.
It's only one of the most famous comic book characters.
Yeah, you know, it's only the origin of the industry as we know it, but whatever. Stupid asshole me.
You knew HTML though.
It's true. Yeah, I didn't think I would get that one, so straight up.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed that out there. Sound off in the chat if you want to see us do more of these, because I have different themed lists. And oh man, I think this went well. So, Jamie, do you want to take us out?
Oh yes, I would love to. Just a reminder that these are going to be streaming on Twitch every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We also have our monthly giveaways on Twitter, so make sure you give us a follow on there. And check out our Patreon because there's tons of behind-the-scene content and extra games on there. So check out our Patreon, and we will see you next time.